After he slapped me, I was bleeding and he slapped me really hard on the face. I'm Dina Sober. I'm an Egyptian. I'm 25 years old. I live in Egypt. I graduated from pharmacy, and that is where I met the girl of my dreams. The one and only girl I fell in love with. This girl is not anymore in my life. And this was due to unfair circumstances. These circumstances involved my parents and her parents. And since we live in an unfair society and unfair country concerning this issue, I'm here to tell my story about my bisexuality and my struggles concerning this issue. As we all know in this country, how LGBT people are treated. So I've been with my girlfriend for about a year. It was love at first sight. We felt so deeply in love, and she was everything to me. So one day I went back from uni and my dad came up to me and he slapped me on the face. I opened the door and found her dad, and I just tried to put myself together to take in the shock and try to understand what happened and what is about to happen, because I kind of guessed why her dad was in our house, because this was an unexpected event. And then my dad showed me text messages and chats that we had. So I figured out that he knew everything about us, because obviously we had our relationship kept secretly from everyone, as we know that we accepted around our friends or family. Although I've always wanted to share my relationship with my parents, I always did, and everything else. I used to tell them everything, every single thing about me. My dad is actually very, very close to me, and he's the closest person to me. He's actually a friend, not a dad, and I've always been daddy's girl. I'm grateful for having him, but only that day when I found out that he wouldn't accept me as a bisexual, or that I love a girl or a person from the same gender. Just because he couldn't accept the fact that I was in love with someone from the same gender, he decided to abandon me and slap me on the face and not even listen. And all of a sudden he turned into someone else that I hadn't previously known. He turned into someone that I really didn't know, because he didn't even want to listen to me defending myself, when I actually didn't need to defend myself for just loving a person, a human being. And that's what I considered myself at that time. So I thought I didn't have to defend myself, especially in front of my dad, which was the closest person to me. And this really, really brought me down and broke my heart so much. It actually traumatized me. Fact that he was the closest person to me and he didn't even want to listen. So I was kicked out of the house, and I was put in a situation where I had to choose between my academic life and my parents and her. At that particular phase of my life, I couldn't choose anything but my dad in my academic life. I wasn't responsible enough for my decision, and I didn't have money to go on with uni on my own. I wasn't independent, and I didn't have any other source of income but him. So I just couldn't give up everything for her at that phase of my life, because I wouldn't have been able to take care of her or be responsible in my relationship and hold on to her. My life was going to turn into a living hell, which was at that time already, because of what my dad did to me. And she didn't forgive me till now. Coincidence made me see her several times. After that, he ran away as if she's seen a monster. Her parents gave her a really, really hard time. They moved out and they moved her away from anywhere possible that I couldn't find her. I couldn't reach her at all. I just saw her by coincidence a couple of times after that. They also moved her very far away in a house of nuns, because she was Christian and they were religious, and they tried to solve that issue by just taking her away. And it doesn't really matter really that they moved her away from me, or that I couldn't reach her, because the fact that she didn't even want to look at my face when she saw me, because of the severity of injury and harm, the emotional injury I caused her, wasn't easy at all. And it was very traumatizing to her as well, that she couldn't forgive me. Till I would do whatever it takes, really whatever it takes, give me. And just young on good terms with me, because I really loved him and I still do. Thank you.